Okay, so my name is Nicole Scuderi. I'm a presidential diamond in Las Vegas, and this Zoom was maxed out 15 to 30 minutes before you even started. This is crazy. We are all super excited to hear everything that you have to say. So what I want to do is if you could just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your story and your journey with It Works, and then we'll plow right into our other questions. And then as we go, if you guys have any other questions, please just drop them in the comments, and then we can go through them afterwards, okay? All right, girl, take it away.
Hey, y'all. So I am Patrice Garrison. I am a presidential diamond in Baltimore. 5 years last month. So I feel like an OG, like I've been here forever. That's what it feels like. And I am just so excited to be here with y'all. So Instagram is the name of the game tonight. It's how I built. So this month is actually my 5th year anniversary from starting my Instagram page for It Works. So I started because of student loan debt. I had 6 figures of student loan debt, still technically do, but I've paid off $20,000 of that debt. So just to be able to start paying down, seeing some freedom, I've grown up with It Works. I've been saying I'll be 30 next year, started at 24. I was dating my husband. We bought our rings with our commission, paid for our wedding with our commission, and just able to live life. We're stay-at-home parents now with our 1-year-old daughter. Haven't missed a moment, and just so thrilled to give other people the same access to freedom that we have. So just a quick snapshot of our story. I actually went from distributor to triple diamond in my first 5 months with It Works. And the following month went presidential. My advice, of course, will be with Instagram, but I really wish I didn't stray from what my strength was. So if you're watching this and you're really good at something, take it from me, focus in on, and just be amazing at whatever your gift is. We all have gifts. Right. So Instagram happens to be mine, and we're going to go right into it. So I will give you guys some general pills are everywhere, general tips on Instagram. It's nothing, crazy different, but I have an alternative way to work Instagram, which is where the 200K followers come in. So let's talk Insta, right? So I started with just a traditional Instagram page where I'm my brand. So first tip, you are your brand, you guys. People, just like we sit and watch YouTube shamelessly of different YouTubers, we don't watch them because they use, Revlon lipstick. We don't watch them for that. We watch them because they have a bomb personality. They're fun to watch. They remind us of ourselves in some way. So being transparent online has been the game changer for Insta. I remember just getting started, and I'm sharing before and after pictures and just talking about products, and nobody really cared. And it wasn't until I brought my transparency, my full story, why I gained weight, that I actually wanted to see Dr. Miami and get the fat sucked out of my stomach and put in my butt. I remember sharing that, and people were cracking up laughing. So when I became me and I was comfortable with that online, my business changed. So I'm going to do Insta 101, just a couple tips. And then I'm going to go into, again, how I work it differently. Main page has 50K followers, a little more than that. And I built that from the ground up, with my thumbs. There weren't fancy Instagram apps when I first started. So someone asked how many hours do I spend building a day? I used to spend about 5 hours a day following. It was a lot, but it wasn't simultaneous. It was just here and there. I worked for the state government in Maryland, so I would just sit at my desk with my thumbs and follow here and there. I'm going to give you guys my rhythm, how I follow. We'll come back to that, but that was how I started, there's now an app called Captivate that I spend most of my time. So I try to max out my following. I follow about 1,000 people a day. And like, that's period, have to do it, non-negotiable. My business only grew because I made sure that I didn't go to sleep before I had 200 extra followers at that time. Can't measure it the same, but I make sure my thumbs have touched 1,000 people. So Captivate helped save me a bunch of time. I had another question here about, do I look at people's profiles before I add them? I don't. Using Captivate means that I just go to a page on Instagram that I love. Favorite artist, I love Kim K. So, there she is. Just different people who I know either market really well, they're a super awesome blogger, I love their work, or, I like Toni Braxton. Like, that's just super weird and random, but I follow her followers, right? So those are people who I'm going to search on Captivate, look for their profile, and follow from. So advice to you guys would be, write out what you love. Do you love pets? Do you love a certain, recording artist or book artist? Whatever it is, write it out, because that's where your tribe is. And really, when it comes to Instagram, 2017 going into 2018, it's all about finding your tribe. You can be yourself with your tribe, but they also relate to you where you can be yourself and market a product that you love. So that's going to be your approach, whether you are on Captivate or on Instagram. So when I'm following on Instagram, I'll actually scroll my newsfeed. That's the first way I follow. Who I'm following is part of my target market, right? I followed you because you came from that page. I want your friends. If you came from an artist or profile that I loved, then I probably love your friends, right? So I actually will get on the Instagram app. I'm not allowed to scroll endlessly. I'll stop on each picture, click the likes, and follow from that person's friends. I will also go in the comments. I want commenters. So that's where I live. If you commented on a photo, I want you on my profile because you'll comment on my photos, and I'm more likely to have bomb engagement because of that, right? So I don't mindlessly scroll anymore. That's how I build. Again, I'll go to a profile and do the same exact thing. I don't follow from the list of followers at the top. I go straight into a picture, likes, and comments. That's who I follow from. They're the most active users. But if I'm in a Captivate, I'm trying to save time, I'll just, I want to get the job done. So that's the first piece of advice there. It is 2017. The game has changed a lot since I started in 2012, right? Every year is super different. I used to just be able to post. You guys may have heard of the 3-3 rule where you post 6 times a day. I don't do that anymore because it was knocking me out of the algorithm. So in 2017, my job is for at least every other picture to get really good engagement. So it's a little more superficial than I'd love, but I'll post a really inspiring graphic, quote, something that people are going to interact with. The more comments that you get on a picture, the higher your post ranks. So it lingers. Y'all have noticed that posts don't just show up in your feed. A post from 3 days ago might show up in your news feed on Instagram as opposed to a post that happened 3 minutes ago. Yes, most comments hold the most weight. So I make sure that I post content that I know is going to gain comments, whether it's asking people for their opinion, something that people will just say, yes, repost, that kind of thing too. All of that stuff counts. So every other picture is going to encourage people to interact in that way. So Instagram views my profile as valuable. Overall, it's like people like this girl's page. Let me keep people in her feed, and vice versa. The other piece of advice is going to be to never let a comment go unanswered. I'm still working on that, But when you answer your own comment on Facebook or on Instagram, it's going to count that as a comment, and that works in your favor. So the more, not just the comments you get, but the more interactive you are with your audience, they want to know you're going to do that too. So just be a community. Instagram is no longer a platform. It's a community. Your page is a community builder. So you are making friends, you're interacting, you're creating content people want to see. And all of that is valuable. My opinion on public or private accounts, I have been here for 5 years. I've never had my account private, but I love the people who can, because you can be more intentional with you interacting with them back. So I'm actually in favor of a private profile. I don't operate that way. My brain doesn't work that way. So I don't think there's a wrong answer. I think the main thing for you guys to keep in mind, not just on social media, but in business, massive action is needed. So whatever you're going to do, make sure massive action is behind it, because that's where your success comes in.
Okay, I want to stop you real quick.
Sure.
Okay, so you said something that like just my cell phone's like blowing up. All my like diamonds are like, oh my God, ask her this. Okay, so you talked about how your main profile, you said, has 50,000 followers.
Yeah.
So I know you gave some like great like 101 tips, but what I'm really interested in knowing about, and I think a lot of people are, is, so do you basically do the exact same thing on your main profile that you do on all the other ones, and you're just looking for totally different like types of people?
Different. So let's talk, so y'all are like, yeah, it's like, where's the other 150 come in, right? So the other 50 come in through feature pages, right? Mind blown, right? Feature pages. So you guys have probably fallen victim to wanting your dog featured on a feature page. You've probably fallen victim to wanting your cute baby on a feature page. Maybe like your hair, your makeup. I run feature pages. So I have a baby feature page where I feature babies, and I have a wedding page where I feature really cute brides and their bridal stuff. Sounds so weird, right? But I build a community of people, and they go crazy. I'll post it before and after every now and then, and they are the exact people who I want to market to. So it's so bomb because I'm not fab. I don't wear lashes. I barely get my eyebrows done. So I don't feel like I'm always like super cute. But that doesn't mean that I can't have a community of people on Instagram that I can market to.
Okay,
right?
My mind is racing right now.
Isn't that crazy?
Okay. Paris, mind completely blown. Okay, so hold on a minute. So feature pages. So basically, like, does this community that you create, they like submit pictures and stuff to you? And
right. I repost their pictures. They want to be seen. They tune in like, did you feature me yet? Right? They're zeroed in. And that's where my other 150K followers come from. It's so effortless. So I don't do much to run them because I'm just featuring user-based content. I check my DMs. I repost a cute person's picture. And people follow it like crazy. I use hashtags. I follow from it very lightly, but they really build themselves because people like attention.
Okay, so is a feature page like a separate business page? Is it like a personal page? Like maybe people know what you're talking about, but I'm like completely ignorant to this. I have no clue what you're saying. You're no clue, right?
So let's take my baby page, right? I have a baby page. It's called From Bump to Babies. So I haven't posted a picture there, so I'm pretty guilty of that in a while. But if you're pregnant or you have a new baby, you want to be featured there, right? Like it's a generic, it's not me. I'm not the brand at all. You're the brand. You are the user. You are the follower. You are my brand. So if you fit this niche, you're gonna you're gonna DM me and say, hey, can I be featured on your page? And you're going to be featured. And when you get featured, you do what? You repost it on your page, right? You say, hey, you guys, I just got featured on this really cool page. Check me out. So it's so counterintuitive, right? Because it's not me posting, it works. I'm not even posting myself. completely separate Instagram, you guys. So it's not tied to me at all. I just run a feature page.
So all these feature pages have one specific topic. So like you said, you have a baby one, you have a wedding one, and so those are all like specific topics. Now, my question is, does your personal Instagram ever overlap with your feature pages? Like, is there like overlapping following happening? Like, I guess now what I'm wondering is, how are you turning those feature pages into
money?
Into money. Like,
right.
Is like, hey, how do I turn this into cash in my bank account?
So I am the owner. So I get to post my before and after, right, as I see fit. So I can be my own ad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not paying anybody to be featured. It's just, this is my page. I just happen to feature people, but when I want to show me and my hair, skin, nail results, or, you know, take a selfie, like I actually posted on one of my pages just a picture of hair, skin, nail vitamins and said, hey, I need hair models. And people are like, me, please, because they want to be they want to be down. So I'm sorry, it's so like, because it's so new, right?
You're a genius. Like, you're a genius. You are. I'm like,
I credit Corey. Corey, like my husband, like he created the concept, and I'm just like, duh, like, you know, we follow these pages all the time. So yeah, how you relate to It Works, you just feature your own page. My main page gets featured. You know, here's Patrice Lene, here's my pictures, and let's just go. So I filter people to my regular Instagram page as often as I want, but yeah, I'm just building it's network marketing, you guys. The bigger your network, the more access you have. It's not advertising marketing, it's network marketing. I want a huge network. I can massage my leads, I can, you know, do all of that stuff, but yeah, I want to build the biggest network ever.
So I do a ton of expos. Like, when I'm not sick, I am all over the United States.
Yeah.
And my mind right now has like 50 different ideas. You have literally opened up like an entirely, totally new world for me right now. Like, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. Okay, so here's my next question then. So let's just say, like, I think this is like a crossover between like Instagram 101 and Instagram like 102. Mm-hmm. But let's say you're not like super strong on Instagram, but you have a presence. Like, I'll just use myself as an example, okay? Because I am like, me personally, I'm like stuck in this rut, right? I went from like 2,000 followers to like 11,000 followers. And I am stuck.
Okay.
I'm like, man, I can't get past this. So I hear a lot of people who are like, okay, I've reached this plateau with my Instagram. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to push forward. What would you recommend for them?
So if someone is stuck on Insta, I'm going to actually recommend you go to your stories. That's my first tip of advice. So of course you want to grow your followers, and you want to, so take the tips I gave you guys, you know, find some pages that you personally love, because you have friends out there you haven't met yet that exist on those pages. But if you want to grow quickly, you only reach about 10% of your followers with each post. Maybe up to 20 if you have a smaller page. But 10% is average. So there are tons of people who follow you who hardly ever see your posts. You can change that with Insta stories. So maximize what you have is my answer. And just, you know, having fun with that. There are people who literally only get on Instagram to watch stories and they hop off. So if you're not using that platform, you're missing out on people. My second tip of advice is to tag your town each time, or at least once every few days. When you tag your own town, it puts you in your town's Insta story, and people will see my content that live in my town. So I have a different demographic of people who will now see me who don't currently follow me, but I'm just maximizing my resources, right? Go ahead.
So could you almost, so like my husband does like what he calls as target marketing. And like what he does is like, he'll be like, okay, I really want to build a team in wherever he wants to do. And so he'll tag us in places that we're not really in. Like, we're not in those places. And I'm wondering, like, is that effective? Like, if I post a picture and I tag myself in Maine, are my Insta stories then going to be?
It is. It is
oh
effective.
My gosh, that's genius. My husband had such a good idea. Holy crap.
Like, run us back tonight.
Yeah.
Each town, each area, well, I would say choose a town and not just a state, but each town has its own Insta story bubble. And if you live in that town, when you go to your explore page, it's the first thing that pops up. So people who live there will see that. That's right. So telling you thank you, tag, turn your location on, tag it in your pic. It's one of the stickers, and that's how you get there. So I'm just a huge fan of maximizing what you have before trying to say, oh, I need like 1,000 more followers. Like, yeah, you do work on it, be consistent, but there are some things you guys can do tonight to start to access new people.
Yeah, because those are some tips that are like I have some new distributors on here who are texting me and they're like, a feature page? I barely know how to run my own Instagram, girl. What are you talking about? So I think some of these tips are really good because you don't necessarily need a feature page to optimize those. So you can go to stories, you can tag your different places, and that's reaching that. So I want to branch off just a little bit. The Instagram algorithm, like, what is the most, like, I don't know, does it work like Facebook? Like, there sounds like there's weights. Like, what's the most weighted thing? Is it comments? Is it stories? Like, where, if you're like, what should I do?
So the most weighted thing is going to be stories. Video content at this point, because Facebook and Instagram, Facebook owns Instagram. So you can always kind of assume whatever Facebook favors, Instagram will too. So Insta stories, if you were to say, what's the one thing you want me to do differently tonight? It's going to be Insta stories. But next would be comments. So people comment quickly, not just comments, but comments quickly. So if somebody sees your picture and they comment right away, that's considered king as well. I have my Insta, someone asked, are you set up as a business page, as a personal page? Most of mine are set up as business pages because I want to track my engagement and I get more measure tools with being a business page. And the other benefit, because I do have over 10K followers, I can include a link to my Insta story, so you can swipe up and go to my website, which is pretty cool. But you have to have 10K followers, so it takes a while. Don't worry about that, I guess.
So I don't know if you've seen the most recent Instagram update, but there's like this little button on my Instagram, and it's like highlights. And I don't even know what that is. I accidentally put a highlight there, and I'm like, oh crap! What did I just?
So I need you to get really excited about that. It's a complete game changer. So we saw it yesterday, and I almost cried. Like, that's how excited I am. It's so exciting because when you follow people, we run a business on Instagram. People will get to learn you in a snap. They'll get to see your face, hear your voice, see your results if you have results. So you literally get a commercial on your Instagram page right then and there. It's not rolled out to everybody. So, if you don't see it yet, don't be alarmed. I have about 7 pages, but so all of mine don't have it on there yet. But yeah, it's so key. I need you guys to be super personal in this bubble. Don't put it work ads. Don't put buy hair, skin, nails now. I need you guys to tell your story. Show your families. You are your brand. So be your brand. Be your best self in this bubble, because somebody's going to come to your profile and they're going to automatically click to see who you are before they do anything else. Look at your page. Watch your current stories. They're going to check out your featured stories to see who the heck this person is. So,
okay, I want to show, because like I said, I have some new people on here. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about with the highlights, because it's literally brand new. So when you go to your Facebook, your Instagram, there's like this little button that says add, and I totally accidentally added my juices, and I'm like, I don't know what just happened. But you basically just click new, and then you can pick a new highlight. And like, it gives you like all of the things that you added to your stories, and that's what you can use as a highlight. And like Patrice said, it's an ad. It's like an ad for juices. I didn't even mean to do that. But now everybody knows that I'm juicing, and it has my little wording on it and stuff. So that was really, really cool. I saw that yesterday and I was like, I don't know what I just did.
It's so cool because you can make a name for your album. So I'm going to have an album for just me, and I'm going to have an album for the products I've used for my snapback. Like, I'm going to literally make this like different areas in my life that people can tune into. One for just hair, hair tips. So be creative. Each of you guys are an expert at something that should be in your bubble. Like 2018 is the year of the expert. Bring value to your followers, bring value to your friends, and you can do that. Be interesting. Be someone wants to follow. Everyone will have the button, you guys. So just know if you don't see it yet, you're not doing anything wrong. It's rolling out really slowly. It's a brand new thing. So I would say in the next 6 weeks, everyone could have it. Some features take forever to show up on my profile. So I don't have it on my profile, actually, my main profile yet. Kind of sad, but we will work around it. Yes. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay. So I think you must have mentioned somewhere that you put your web link on your profile. Is that your Facebook web link? Is that a website? Is that your It Works website? Like, what link is that? Because I link my Facebook to it. I want them to follow me on Facebook.
I have a link tree. I'm gonna actually type it in here. A link tree. I have a link tree on my Instagram in my bio, and I use it in my stories. Linktree is super cool because you're able to link your It Works website to it, if you'd like to. So that is super cool. So it's like a landing page per se. It's completely free, and you can use that. So if people swipe up, they can click on one of the bubbles in your Linktree that links to your It Works website.
Okay, you are like Instagram 103 class.
Right.
I'm like, what is she talking about? I'm a Facebook person. I'm like busily writing notes, like busily. You are amazing. Okay. So I want to make sure. Okay. So you said you follow 1,000 people a day. Do you use any, like, does the app Captivate? Does it unfollow people too? Like, what's your unfollow method?
So I wouldn't follow mine, but I would recommend this. I will tell you guys what I do now and what I used to do. Now I have to unfollow down to 0. I don't like it. But what happens is I actually, with 50,000 followers, I can't follow 50,000 people. So I had to figure out how can I rearrange my life a little bit. But when I was happier, I would only unfollow who wasn't following me. And I would do that maybe like twice a month. Just take 2 days out of the month to do that. So, yeah.
Okay, I think so. Like, we use the Cleaner app. I have an iPhone, so everything I do is like via iPhone, and we do the same thing. But like, we're getting dangerously close to 7,500 people, and then that's like the max. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, what do I do now?
That was the issue. What's wrong, Corey? No. That's that issue that we had. It's so scary because I'm like, I want to be able to interact with every single person. You can whitelist people. I don't know if Cleaner has that option, but you can whitelist some people. So if you okay, let me blow your minds real quick. I don't know where my phone is.
Blow our minds, Patrice. Just do it.
Okay. So when there is a PDT, because I list who I save, if there's a PDT that I really like. Bring my phone up here. So one of my Facebook friends just had a baby. She had her rainbow baby. This is super exciting, right? I just saw the first picture, so I'm excited. So this is her baby. Oh, look at the baby. Okay, so this is her profile, right? I'm gonna click on her profile. And actually, I could have did it from where I was, but the save button over here, this little like bookmark, I'm going to click that, and I'm going to save to collection. It just popped up, and I have a PDT album in my Instagram. Save to, so I click the save button, save to the PDT bubble, and now she's there. That means that if I unfollow you by mistake, I can go back to this folder and just follow them again. And that way, I don't like how it feels, but at least I can maintain the people who I really want to interact with.
Oh my God, this is like Facebook lists, but for Instagram.
That's right.
Like I just got super freaking excited. I'm never going to sleep.
So at least that way you don't lose the people really, because I mean, I have to unfollow everybody. Like you said, you get close to 7,500, you gotta let people go who are following you. So figure out who you're really excited about, who you've messaged, who you're mid whatever with, and transfer them over.
Oh, you're amazing, Patrice.
Exactly. My team is amazing. Like they literally like they're wizards too. So like we literally like with our geek hats on, like sit in on Zoom. So like this is a combination of my team, but like I'm excited to share this with y'all.
So I run my business solely through Power Hours, and I feel like my team that's on here is fully aware that the next like 5 million weeks is going to be Insta Power Hours, like going hard on Instagram.
It's so bomb. It gives you guys access to such a different network. Like it's amazing.
So my next thing is though, like I think a lot of us run into, or at least me, maybe it's just me, like when I unfollow even like people, just organically people, they unfollow me. And I run into that issue. Like I'm trying to figure out like how do you maintain 50,000 followers and following nobody? Like is your content, like is it a content thing? Like maybe you're just so much better than I am.
And I'm not interesting to me, so I'm just rolling with the punches here. But it has been, that's a great tip, unfollow your worst followers. But like I'll start with the people who again aren't following me at all, and I'll start to unfollow people. You will see a dip each time. Let me just start with that. You'll see a dip each time. But I'm hoping the tip I gave you guys helps to save you some, because at least if somebody you really like, you unfollow, they unfollowed you too, you can just hit the button back. Really, it's more important for me to follow you than you to follow me if I'm interacting. I do 3, 2, 1, 3 likes, 2 comments, 1 follow whenever I can, or reverse, hit the follow button, go back and 2 comments, 3 likes. So if I'm all up in your stuff and my page is public, which is why I prefer to have a public page, you may not have to follow me as much because you're going to go lurk. Once you see this girl commenting and liking on your stuff, you're going to scroll through my page. If I message you at that point, you have a point of reference. And if you're interested, you'll follow me at that point. So I kind of trust the universe in a way that like, hey, you just kind of run up against the brick wall after a while, but you can figure it out. So 3, 2, 1 is 3 likes, 2 comments, 1 follow. And that way, when I follow you, you have like a train of me on your notifications, and that sometimes I have to wait till you approve my follow request, and I'll just go back and do 1, 2, 3, 1 1 follow, 2 comments, 3 likes. That's just you can do more, but it just is a way for me to remember to interact with people as I'm interested in them. Not every follower, because I'm not interested in every follower being part of my team, but I definitely do that when it's somebody who I'm like, she'd be great. I love her. I actually love her profile.
Okay, I'm on your personal profile right now, and I just want to tell you that I need to figure out how to do this, but I love the format you have this in. Like,
so let's talk format. So my format is just me being a engagement whore, to be completely honest. So as you guys can see, my engagement took a huge hit. And so let me sorry for being geeky. I apologize, newbies. Cover your ears, right? Because I'm going to get geeky. But there is a change or shift in how Instagram is working their business. They want people like me to buy ads. So at one point, my engagement was better. But now that they know I'm a big page, they're targeting me. They want me to buy ads to get access to more views and more people. So my engagement can really suck if I'm not careful. So my page format only changed because every other picture is a quote that people are going to heavily like. And that's just keeping me afloat in terms of the engagement world.
That is so genius. Like first of all, I love it because it's clean, and I like clean lines, straight things. Like I'm very particular. And my Instagram does not look like this, and it drives me and my husband crazy. I'm like, I also take like the worst selfies ever. I send them to 2 girls on my team. I'm like, you need to fix this crap.
Fix it, please.
I'm like, fix this. I don't know what to do about this. You can fix this right now. I'm not good at the selfie game. But this, I love this. I love this. I love the format you have it in. It's crisp and clean, and it's attractive to the eye, and that's what I really like.
I appreciate it. It really is. I'm glad you, because I'm hoping it's fine, because I'm like, I'm just here to get the comments and the likes. So I'm really just doing it for
You see 50,000 followers, but girl, you're almost hitting 60. Like, that's a big difference. I'm just saying.
Thank you. It's a little more than 60.
Just saying. Oh, Patrice, I love you. Okay, I know there were like a bunch of questions in here. I'm going to try to scroll back. Okay. Somebody asked if you cold message, or do you have time to cold message? Like, how do you?
So on a great day, like my daughter is at my mom-in-law's house. She'll be home soon, so the whole world will crumble in like 5 minutes. But on a great day, I do message. I still I didn't have to message to get to where I am, but the game changed end of last year where I had to start to message. So I do like as a lead. I actually like as a lead on even my pictures that aren't business related. So if you like my picture, I'll just say, hey, thank you so much for the love of my page. It doesn't go unnoticed. Is there anything I can help you with? Whether it be health, beauty, or income. So they can just.
I love that. That is such a simple message. Like I'm all about like smart things that are simple, even though they can be super complicated. Like clearly Instagram algorithm can be complicated, but you make it so simple and like streamlined. I love it. So that is such an easy, quick message. Can you say that again? And I'm going to drop it in the chat.
Sure. So I'll say, hey, such and such, thank you so much for the love on my page. Is there anything I can help you with? Like, helping is my thing. I'm a yellow, actually, by the way. So is there anything I can help you with, whether it be, I'll list some stuff, skincare, hair growth, or earning extra income. So yeah, just something simple. So it'll be a picture like this. This is not, here we go. It's not business related at all, right? It's just a quote. But if you interacted with my page, I can still message you. So once or twice a week, I'll go through and just dig through these tons of likes and interact with the people.
Okay, so even on posts, because that's not what I do, and maybe that's where I'm going wrong. So even on posts that are not business related, you're still sending that same message.
Yeah, because I'm a business, so it's like a shoe store. Like if you walk in the shoe store, maybe you're looking at a shoe, and I just say, hey, can I help you with anything? And you're like, oh no, just looking, no problem. So that's my mindset with even the other stuff. Like, no, it's not about the business. I'm just saying, hey, can I help you with anything? Not like, hey, you like the picture of greens. Do you want to buy greens today? It's just, you're here. So let me just see if I can help somewhere in some way.
I love that. I have a girl who's about to go double diamond who is a yellow. And it's funny because we talk all the time and she's like, I just really, really want to help people. And I'm like super red. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what message to give you because I don't know. So that was perfect. I love that. And I wrote that down and we're going to steal that from you.
So someone asked, do I ask if they can be helped right away? Or do I interact a little bit more first? Because they like my picture, I'm asking if I can help in some way. They can say no, but I'm not saying, hey, do you want to buy the greens? Hey, do you want to be a product model? I'm not asking them to buy. I'm just saying, hey, thanks for loving my stuff. Can I help you? So it's because you like my stuff, you know why you're here. So it all works out. I don't screenshot a picture they liked because I'm usually sending it through the regular message. So no, they just get a message. I would, but it's too much work. So
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because I was scoping through this. I'm like, there's no way because you get 100, 200 likes. You can't send a picture to 200 people. Yeah, you have time for that.
I gotta go.
Okay. So do you message, quick question. So the people on your featured pages, do you build any sort of relationship with them or do you just funnel them to your personal one?
Just funneling. I mean, if I really like, if I have extra time, which we pray on that for me that I find extra time, but I would, but I don't. I literally just, I'm building community. Instagram is just a big community. So once I funnel you over to my personal page, then you just go right in the rhythm. You're liking posts and, you know, everything else just falls into place there. But I could. The answer is I could, and that's actually a great idea if I'm ever like, I have nothing to do today. Like, yeah, you do. Go talk to the people who you featured or et cetera. So
I feel like mom life never lets us say that I have nothing to do. Like that never happens. My children are currently destroying the kitchen. I can hear them. I'm so fearful of what we're going to walk into. Right? Oh my God. I probably have flour all over the floor. Okay. So you guys drop all your questions and then, because
I'll answer as many as I see some here. I'll answer as many as I can. Yeah. So you guys, I will hope that someone who is like super savvy can answer some of your like technique questions, because I don't want to take up too much time with like the how, just some concepts while we're here, because my daughter will be home any minute and like she's not going to have it. So Captivate, again, I use Captivate primarily to follow. You can follow about 200 people in one sitting. So I do that 5 times a day. That works out really well for me. Do I find it challenging to build social media and train my team, charting, etc.? Lydia, that's where I went wrong. I spent so much time between me going presidential in 2014 and now doing all this team stuff, and I lost steam and what makes me money, which is Instagram. So I had to relearn it all over again and get good at it again in a sense. And if I would have just stayed focused on building my business, the people who are ready and willing just run next to you as you're running. But like I stopped running to like, how are you? I'm yellow. It really ruined my life. So my business literally now, it is important that I lead from the front, because if I'm not leading, where are we going? So Nicole, shout out to you. Like you are a get it done kind of person. Okay. Like you pull numbers and your team knows like, I want to follow her. Like she's going somewhere. Be the person who's going somewhere, and you'll stop and do an hour a week to train, but the rest of your time and your attention should be on how can I be the best I can be. Let me see here. I do have Facebook, Patrice Garrison on Facebook. I do build on Facebook, but that's not the topic. Nicole's better than me. I'm actually still learning from her on how to be bomb on Facebook. Best tips on targeting BT is really the interaction piece, like what y'all learned today. Making sure you guys are focused on the building your community. One, if you don't have new people to interact with and talk to, your business is going to reach a plateau. You always have to add new faces to your business. If you get really good at this part, like I did when I first started, I didn't know what Thermofit did, but I had followers and I learned how to interact with them and provide good content. I funnel people from my feature page to my personal page by posting me a selfie with hair, skin, nails, looking for product models. Go follow this page for details, that kind of thing. How do I organize my followers? I don't know what that means. So please clarify.
So I don't think that there's like true organization tools in Instagram like there is in Facebook, but I would say that the way you prioritize by doing collections, like that's your organization tip.
Yeah.
I think that's really the only organization tip I've ever heard, because I don't know how to do anything. But collections is about to blow my organization mind.
It's all I have for sure. When I ask if they need help with anything, I give them the list. If they say, oh yeah, thanks so much, I am interested in growing my hair out, I go right into hair, skin, nail mode. So I ask them, well, tell me more, like, how's your hair doing? What's your hair goals? Oh, well, my hair is thin and, I'm looking to do this. Well, we have a hair health vitamin, so we can't guarantee hair growth, but we can. So I just go right into if I was having a convo over coffee. Like, don't overthink that part. No, Captivate. Oh, maybe an iPad. It's Christmas. Ask someone for an iPad, please.
Cool. Get that Christmas cash and get that iPad.
And get that freaking iPad. So, yep, Captivate for following. Okay. The most thing that worked for me in this business, it has been Instagram. That has been my friend. We are BFFs. My link tree, someone asked how long it took. It took like 10 minutes. It didn't take long. It's just like, hey, like here's like a blank slate and you just put your link in there. It didn't take long at all. Thank you, Tanya, for going over the PDT folder. I post the same thing on my business and personal page. Nope, they are different. If you're getting blocked from following, you might be like, sorry for being geeky. If your page is newer, you can't go as fast. So if you have a new page, I would do more like 50 followers and 5 times a day and work my way up. It will block you if you're a newer page and you're trying to go like all the way in. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to read these quickly. I talk fast. I apologize. Yep, Linktree is the website linker. How do you keep track of everyone? I'm going to post. Please don't let me forget, you guys. Nicole will hold me accountable. I actually track my potentials differently. I have to track by product. I can't just have a hundreds list because I'll just ignore it and act like it's not there. So my hundreds list has to be by product. So I actually created one for myself where I have just a PLC list for just fat fighters. If I make a fat fighter post, I'm writing all my fat fighter potentials on that page. So if we have a sale for something, I have just a list of people who just wanted that product. I can reach out to them directly and stuff like that. So that's just how my mind works. There we go. Carla asks about content. Pinterest is my best friend for content. So when I need those cute graphics, I just go to Pinterest and type in cute quotes. It works well. And Jessica asks about duplication. It's not a newbie thing. Out of my newbies, like my team does not even know a whole bunch about it until after they go at least Ruby. But you guys have access to a bomb leader who gave you guys like sneak peeks into stuff. Go at your own pace, please. Do not feel pressured that you have to do that. It's just, if 200K followers should not be a goal for a newbie by next month. Get your feet wet. Learn the basics, but at least you guys know there's an alternative way to grow your business. So I do teach the one-on-one stuff. I just gave you guys some 102 and 103 tonight. Following down to 0 look like taking a cleaner and just for like 3 or 4 days straight, just unfollowing just until you get down to it takes time, but it's worth it because then you can go for a while and not think about it. You don't keep hitting a wall every, week or 2 weeks. Yeah, I think that covers.
I think you did cover most everything. And then the stuff that people were answering some of the other questions. So Patrice, I just love you. Your tips are amazing. And yeah, there were some like more advanced stuff, but I think even for some of the new people that are on here, it gives them like some clear guidance. Like, okay, I need to do Insta stories and I can tag where I live and I get to go here. And so there's some really cool like insight stuff that I think that new people could easily like come in and do. I am going to bother you after this if you don't mind. So at least for my team, we work solely on power hours because most of us still work full-time jobs. So I think I'm going to pick your brain and maybe you can help me create a power hour for them that can kind of integrate some of the tips that you gave us.
I would love that. That makes me sit down, right, and like do that because I need to do that for my team. Like I actually stopped teaching Instagram for a while because it got so niche and it kept changing and people were like, now what? But I feel like we have a good feel for Instagram where I'm reintroducing my team to it. So I'm excited. Hi, little baby.
Oh.
I got to go. Hi.
It's all good. Mine are running back and forth. All right. We won't take up any more of your time. Thank you so much. I will actually have this recording up and I will blast it out to all the leaders so they can post it to their teams. Patrice, thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Hi there, sunshine. All right, cool.